Hi there, this is your friend Fakir Yogi Brandra Yogi suggesting you have to take care of yourself, fully responsible for your life. You are the master of your fate and you are the captain of your soul. You have absolute control and command on your thinking, on your thoughts. And by virtue of the pure thought, you can really transform yourself into the most powerful person ever born on the planet Earth. But it can have it both nature, positive and negative. With positive nature, you develop a definite goal which is good for you and good for the entire earth, every human being, birds, beasts, and plants. Align with right minded people, work very hard, believe in yourself that you are belonging to such category of great human being who have made this life beautiful for every human being. And never blame others for whatever you are today. It is because of your thought. Thought in the mind has made you. What you are by thought was wrought and built. We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thought. With our thought, we make our world. We become what we think about. In that context, I just let you know that your achievement and your failures and your not getting anything in life is just proportional to your thinking. And here is my friend who will advise you. Never blame anybody else. Never go to the shelter of alibi, because you yourself, the master of your fate and captain of your soul, the architect of your destiny and fortune. Listen
The thought
carefully.
factor in achievement. All that a man achieves and all that he fails to achieve is the direct result of his own thoughts.
Your thoughts.
In a justly ordered universe, where loss of equipoise would mean total destruction,
Yes.
individual responsibility must be absolute. A man's weakness and strength, purity and impurity are his own, and not another man's. They are brought about by himself, and not by another, and they can only be altered by himself, never by another. His condition is also his own, and not another man's. His sufferings and his happiness are evolved from within. As he thinks, so he is. As he continues to think, so he remains. A strong man cannot help a weaker unless the weaker is willing to be helped. And even then, the weak man must become strong of himself. He must, by his own efforts, develop the strength which he admires in another.
Dear friends, what I tell you, I am a motivational servant of the mankind. But my motivation is just like the greatest of the great, the wisest of the wise, who have been there for millions and millions of years, right from the sages and saints to the modern philosophers and thinkers like Andrew Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, or Nigel, Ralph Waldo Emerson, and so on and so forth. But you have to be ready to be really responsible for your life. Recently, I have developed a very good friendship with Abraham Maslow. Of course, he is no more, but I am aligned with his thought process. So I tell you, if you deliberately plan to be something less than what you are capable of being, you will be regretting throughout your life. You will have no peace of mind. So this is very alarming information for you. This idea that you are careless, you are useless, you are blaming others for what you are today, give it up and start with new vigor and vitality. If you realize your talents, and if you are a very intelligent man but still live a stupid life, and you are going towards cowardice and sacrificing your manliness, dear friends, all these things are because of your negative thinking. You do not believe in yourself. You always respect fear and doubt. You think you are cattle. But I assure you, you are not cattle. You are just human being like any greatest of the greats. It is the difference which makes is your self-confidence, self-belief, self-reliance, self-actualizing attitude, and you really breathe always that you are very useful. You always set a goal, you work very hard, you persevere, you persist, you strive and seek and find, you fail but you still rise, you are defeated but never mind defeat, because you have not given up and never quit your journey, because you also know that success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint in the clouds of doubt. You never can tell how close you are. It may be very near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when you are hardest hit. It's when things tough that you must not quit. But the courage must come from the soul within. The courage must come from the soul within. The man must furnish the will to win. So figure it out yourself, my friends. You were born with all that the greatest of the men have had. 2 arms, 2 hands, 2 eyes, and 2 legs. Everything similar to the greatest of the great. But you have to be ready for that. You can win, you can conquer. Because you are well equipped for the fight you are choosing. And all the greatest who have achieved so many great things, you are not deprived of any of the qualities and virtues which you do not have, but simply the dare, the dream, the strove, they sought and though they found it. Now it's you. To live a miserable life is very sad. You will not be able to fulfill your basic needs. What my best friend Maslow says, your physiological needs, your safety and security needs, your social needs, your esteem needs. Forget about the self-actualization. So, beloved children, my motivation is particularly for my children who should understand that you should be very, very responsible person. You should have a will towards your sound physical health and a keen interest in really gratifying yourself, creating the environment by noble thoughts, having a definite purpose and a great achievements. Achievements are directly proportional to your effort. A great effort will give you great results. What you dream and desire, that will become reality in due course of time. That's the history which repeats itself. And now it's you. You have to be what you are born to be. You can be that you must be, and you will be what you will to be. Thank you, viewers.